Hey ho, it's your feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back, I'm Zanzi, and let's talk about it because this week we are all about bringing on the impact. And because it's Nelson Mandela Month, one bucket can change a life. Now we're talking about SA Harvest's Buckets of Nutrition for Matriculants campaign. And it's something that's helping South Africa's grade 12 learners face their toughest school year with dignity, with hope, and of course, nourishment. Now packed with nutritious food, hygiene essentials, and stationery, these buckets are more than just supplies. They're literally like a statement of justice in a country where over 63% of households face food insecurity, while 10 million tons of food goes to waste every year. These are crazy stats. So let's find out more about it, because joining us today we have Ozzy Null, the COO of SA Harvest, as well as Z Mapoma, the organization's beneficiary liaison for Cape Town. So firstly, guys, thank you for coming through and talking about this. How are we doing this morning?
Amazing. Lovely to be here with you, Alan. On a chilly morning.
It's a chilly one, but we're warming up the hearts of Mzansi with this one.
Absolutely.
We hope
Z, you
so.
good?
I'm good. I'm amazed that I'm actually awake at this time.
Yeah, well done. You guys look amazing. But let's talk about the more amazing things that are happening, and that's with regards to SA Harvest. You're talking about a theme that's involving dignity and justice for learners, but we're focusing on matrics this year. What's the reason behind that?
Look, as an organization, we've always been rescuing a lot of food from manufacturers at a very big scale.
Yeah.
And we've got community-based organizations that actually turn this into meals. And we've realized over the years of spending so much time on the ground, boots on the ground, there are still young people that are falling through the cracks.
I love that.
And matrics are one of them. I mean, when we want to give them a fighting chance, there are so many marginalized matrics that don't have nutrition.
Yes. And I think, especially in this country, it's something that is so essential. We need to be fueled for our purpose.
Absolutely.
How can you expect the results when we don't even have the energy to do it? So what exactly does this bucket actually entail? What's inside of it? What goes into this whole process?
So we put a lot of dry goods into it. And we've also put things in like sanitary pads.
Amazing.
Which is so important. I mean,
yeah. And things that essentially any learner would need, is it at school only or is it in life?
Well, when these buckets specifically, we focus on what they would need. You know, if they're studying, they might be not at school, they might be somewhere. So there are noodles and all sorts of, and even hygiene products for them in the buckets, yeah.
And the numbers that we're talking about here, was that an exaggeration? Or are we really serious when you mention 63% of households face insecurity, 10 million tons of food goes to waste every year? Am I reading this correctly?
Absolutely. It's what keeps us up at night. Malnutrition is another stat that is absolutely frightening. We know that more than 35% of the kids born in South Africa are already showing signs of stunting between 0 and 5, while we live in a country that's got 10 million tons of food going to landfill.
So
which
clearly,
is so solvable.
We can make a plan here, which is where SA Harvest comes in. So Z, what's the plan for, let's say, the 18th of July this year? We're talking about Mandela Day, a day where we create impact. And I'm sure, obviously, SA Harvest are going to be coming through with a big task at hand. What exactly is it?
We have Mandela Day activations in KZN as well as in Johannesburg, which is where our branches are. We've got a few corporates that we've partnered with that will be packing buckets. But on this day, we're not just packing buckets of food or hygiene and toiletries or stationery, just like Ozzy said, but we're packing buckets of hope, dignity, and encouragement for the learners.
Oh, it's like, it is a message of hope. It's a message of like, listen, this is the impact you needed and we're here to serve it.
Definitely.
What do you see when you're talking about the communities that you might have engaged with across the country, also maybe the Western Cape, which you might have good first-hand experience on? What's that engagement like when you're able to give and do something like this? And then at the same time, what are some of the messages that you think could be of more impact as we talk about this beautiful gift that we're giving?
Definitely. At first hand, I've seen what it's like for people to show up. Even in the smallest of ways, it has such a very huge impact on a person's life, you know, the amount of difference that you do. Even if you show up with just your time or your dedication or with food, it goes a long way. But with this one, on this particular day, we will be reminded as South Africans that Mandela Day is here for us to remind us that we all have a role to play in making a just society, in righting the wrongs of hunger. Kids, I mean, these guys, they're facing so many hardships and challenges at home. And they're trying so hard to pass the matrics, and to do that on an empty stomach, that is so wrong.
Absolutely.
So with us being reminded that we all have a role to play, that there's something that we can do, we can show up. And when we do that, we're telling our learners, our matriculants, that we are there, we believe in them, that they have what it takes to make a success of their lives.
Oh, I love that message. You got my vote.
Absolutely. Mine too.
When you see these things and you're engaging with some of these kids, what is the difference that you are seeing? What's something that really impacts you in that moment of sort of transition?
Look, I think what really moved me is like so many of these young people they're psychologically stuck. Like Z's saying, they've got so much that they're facing. And if you just enable them by giving them some nutrition and you're creating that hope, that always moves me.
I love
and you
that.
see the potential.
So how can we further ramp this up? How do we get involved? How can corporates, how can individuals make more of an impact and get behind SA Harvest? Is there a way to do so?
Absolutely. I would love for people to just follow us on our website,
all right,
www.saharvest.org. Obviously, these buckets cost money.
Yeah.
So every little bit helps. You know, you don't have to buy a bucket. Friends can come together. Everyone can put something into the pit, you know, and let's make a meaningful contribution.
You're going to say everyone put something into the bucket there. Hey, excuse the pun.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, thank you so much for what you're doing. I think this is the perfect opportunity to create that change, and I'm so grateful that your energy has gone into something so impactful. I think that's what it's about, Mzansi. Every bucket has that potential to create an impact, and if you haven't already, go find them. It's SA Harvest on social media. All the information that you need is over there. The website has been mentioned, but listen, we're talking about everything that can happen on the 18th of July, and this is one of them, creating impact, allowing our matriculants to be fueled to go off and conquer not only the exams, but the rest of the world. And this is what it's about. We're going to keep this energy going. And Carissa, hopefully you've got that transition for us.